rid of ya. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer. That's my mom's name. I create and find change. My mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a now flex. While you dare look in the breast, feel to get up in your chest. While I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real suck like my skin coming back.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather, and we are underway from Ford Field. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. Play action. It's Fields. Open man is Gerard Jennings. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Fields on first down. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And his first incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, they should back off from what they're doing. I like the play call right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Here's Fields. And that will be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you go ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a play fake. Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A shotgun snap, Fields. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a toss for Swift left side. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing is Wentz. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The Lions had 2 and 13 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them.
And in for the Lions, touchdown! I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. Josh Lambo now for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Open man downfield. That's Smith-Schuster. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Bears 10, Lions 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Mike Hughes on the return. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft,
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up.
wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. 81. Wentz now to throw. He'll find Williams on the slant. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Now a first down throw. Fields gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
And 22 more yards there and another first down. Off play action. Fields
trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Cole Kmet.
47 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17, Lions 7. Cairo Santos to kick
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Wentz going to throw. It's Williams on the catch. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who could turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. Now Wentz. And
his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Wentz. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
One play action, Fields. And that is incomplete.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And getting this just shy of midfield, he'll spot it at the 49. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Juju Smith-Schuster. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. Lions 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he will have the Bears' 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Montgomery back to the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught by OBJ. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now brings up 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They snap it to Fields. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first is Wentz. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Field goal unit not out there. They won 6 before halftime. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys. Well, let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Fields got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Odell Beckham from 3 yards out. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 10. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Wentz to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 46-yard line.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organic.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Play action. It's Fields. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. And that play simply dropped it.
Cole connect the intended receiver. 3rd down.
Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. Now it's Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Stick on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing again is Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Fields. Dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They begin the drive with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Buddy Johnson there on the stop.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Wentz. He's got it to Williams. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Wentz now on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call. It ended up maybe closing them out.
65 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 17. Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So that a potential lifeline offensively. It gets them out of harm's way deep in their own end.
You nailed that one perfectly, because those are the kind of mistakes that give defense coordinators fits. They make a good play, and they let them off the hook.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's the backup Simeon. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Mike Hughes came crashing in that time, got the sack. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Touchdown. Jamison Williams. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
Continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce it away. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour, and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away.